Thank you for trusting me to read for you. I'm going to be pulling from a couple of different decks. We're going to be answering some sexual questions. So we also have some 18 only decks that I'm going to be reading from. The tarot deck that I'm using has a space that will answer yes or no questions. And I'm going to be using 3 of them. So if you want to pause the video and think of 3 yes or no questions, those will be answered for you during the reading. So we're going to put just a couple of these cards down. We have, how can I move on sexually? Then we have kind of like, what is the sexual energy of your person? Like what they're looking for sexually. What is blocking you sexually is card number 3. Number 4, how to let go of those sexual blocks is number 4. And then we have what others are kind of thinking about with sexually, or like how they see sexually, what they would enjoy with you, what that passion looks like. And then we have what you're kind of like giving off the vibe of, or what you're looking for sexually. And then for the bonus ones, we're going to use this deck, which is sex texts, but we're going to do those at the end. So let's get started. Card number 1 is, how can you move on sexually? This is also a card that will have a yes or no answer on it. So it's the Sun. This is about temporary sadness. It is a yes. It says be led by happiness. So I feel that this card is coming up in this position for you to move on sexually, because I feel that there are things that you're stuck on in the past when it comes to your sexuality. I feel that there are connections with other people. I feel that after you kind of like interact with someone, you're not really doing any cleansing or like soul tie cutting or letting go of the energy with the person. I feel that some of your like connections, you're still connected to the people. So I feel that you're really going to want to work on making sure that any energy that you have, that sexual energy is one of the strongest energies. Sex magic is something that's really powerful. So when we connect with someone, and when we have that like sexual connection with someone, we bring that energy to us and into us. So I feel that there's some temporary sadness that's happening. I realize that sometimes it's like, oh, well, the idea is to get rid of the sadness, be done with the sadness. And I feel that what you actually need to do right now is kind of sit with it. Allow yourself to see what you're sad about, see what you're missing. And I feel that that will actually help you see what's important to you. The thing that you're missing or wanting is important to you, and that's why it keeps kind of like being brought back into your attention, being brought back into your experience. We were at 3 minutes and 33 seconds, so 333 when I said that. I feel that there's something important with the synchronicity of the 333. So I feel that with this person, you know, you're having some temporary sadness. I feel that moving on from the connection includes it's like sometimes you aren't hanging up the telephone, you're still connected to that other person. So when they're having a bad day, you're having a bad day. When they're feeling depressed, you're feeling depressed. I feel that you are connecting to this person so much that you're not allowing yourself to disconnect and feel your own authentic energy again, which I feel is kind of why this is a little bit feeling convoluted to you. It's because it's like that other person's conversation is always going in your ear. Their energy is always there. So allow yourself through meditation, through just being calm, through journaling, to kind of try and let go of some of this connection. It's not healthy to 24/7 have someone else influencing you to the level that I feel that this connection has. So then number 2, the sexual energy of your person is non-traditional. It says, are you polyamorous, like swinging, ethical, non-monogamous? Don't be shy. Love and live in your own special way. So I feel that this person is non-traditional. Obviously, that's what the card is saying. So to me, that energy that I feel from this person, some of the things that you're kind of expecting, you're not going to get from this person. They are not traditional. They are not this person who's going to be like monogamous, missionary position, traditional person. That's just not who they are. And I feel that you've kind of gotten some of that, but that may also be some of that disconnect that you're feeling. You're like, oh, you're taking this personally almost. So like if the person is non-monogamous, for example, instead of being like, oh, that's how they were born, that's who they are, this person wants to try something different than what I'm used to and exploring something, I feel that you're having depression because you're taking this personally, like, oh, this person doesn't want a traditional monogamous relationship with me, so they must not care about me, they must not, want me in their life. And so you're hurting yourself with this expectation for this person to be this traditional experience, and that's not who they are. So there's some disconnect between what you are wanting and who they are. You can't expect them to be and act like someone that they're not. So then what is blocking you sexually? Also, this is one of the cards that can answer a yes or no question. So this is showing as the reverse King of Wands, and that is about being rejected. And that's kind of this energy that I'm feeling here right now. You're being blocked. I feel that you're not just being blocked sexually. I feel like you're being blocked from the whole relationship because of being upset about this. So like, because this person is not in this like traditional monogamous energy, you're upset with them and you're taking it really personal. And I feel that you haven't really had a conversation with them about it, even to kind of see where things are and what's happening and how it will all work. I do feel that there's a lot of potential with this person, but you took some things personally before you really got information as to like what that meant or how they meant it specifically. So the answer is yes, don't stop. I do feel that you're seeing this as being done, and I don't feel that it's done. I feel that you had a hard time with how this all happened or transpired, and so you kind of were like, oh, guess there's nothing there, guess this won't really work, so I don't, this is not the sexual connection the way we want it to be. So I feel like you're just missing some communication that needs to happen. Communication is kindness. Having a situation where you sit down, pretend that while you're talking to the person, you're trying to explain to someone else what they mean. Okay? So you're going to get a lot more information if you say to yourself, oh, well, I'm going to have to, tell Sarah all about this. You're going to pay attention to different pieces and maybe even ask different questions. So what's blocking you sexually is that this felt like rejection, but it was actually, I feel, a misunderstanding. I feel that it's brought you that temporary sadness, but we need to find out what's going on here. So let's do a little more digging into the cards here. So then card number 4, and this is also a card that answers a yes or no question. This one is how to let go of sexual blocks. This is showing as the upright tower. This shows ruined, lost, or destroyed. And then it's interesting because it says no, it's time to pause. I feel that you are trying to find out if you should move on from this connection altogether. The way to let go of this sexual blocks or these things that are happening is just let it go. I feel, with this like ruins, you think of like these big, huge places that in Greece and Rome and all these places where they're in ruin. And I feel that you had an idea of how things were going to go. And to be honest, I feel that there's some rubble or ruin or loss with how you thought things were going to go. So I don't feel that it's time to like move on But I do feel that it is time to pause. It is time to ask yourself if you really know what they're talking about. Like, you could tell me how you perceived this and what you thought this was and how the conversation went, like kind of in your own head. But I feel like you have some like misinformation with that situation. So let's go ahead and do the next one. How does this person kind of see sex with you or what you're wanting? So this says, flogger. Look deep into your lover's eyes while you listen to the leather on their flesh. Watch their body language and enjoy the sounds they make. So I feel that this person really knows that you want to have sex with them. I feel that they know you want to have expressive, fun, exciting sex. I feel that's actually part of the thing you had in common. Some of the things that they wanted to do excited you. I don't really feel that the disconnect is coming from the sexual relationship. I feel like it's actually come from the emotional side of the connection. Like if they're wanting to be like non-monogamous or, you know, swinger, or however they want to do something sexually, you liked it to a point and then something kind of like broke down with how you were connecting with this person. So they have no clue why things broke down. This person has no idea. They thought you were ready to go, that you really wanted this is what we were doing. And I feel that when you kind of like got upset, you really didn't explain to them, you know, a lot of what you were upset about. So they're kind of back here at this like part where you first started connecting, and they're not really on the same page as you with why you're upset. So I do feel that you didn't really go into a lot of deep detail as to what's going on, and that could be because it was too vulnerable. But this person is not going to get it because they think that everything's ready and it's still in the same spot that it was. So then the sexual energy is showing as desired. You can feel the desire. Your person wants to feel your desire and lust. Okay, so that's kind of where your sexual energy, when this person was wanting something like non-traditional, to you, that felt like a lack of desire. It felt like being rejected. It felt like the connection that you wanted was ruined and lost. So I feel like this connection, and the biggest piece that I'm seeing is that you don't have all the information. There's some part of you that, in order to protect yourself from what you were afraid of, kind of like put this block to yourself. Like you're not going to move forward, you know? And I feel that the reason is because you want to feel desired. Like you want to do these fun, kinky sex things, but if you don't feel desired, which this kind of like revelation made you not feel desired, which is what your energy is and what you need. I feel that this biggest thing that this needs is just communication and conversation. So on that note, let's do, for your bonus cards, we'll do the sex text deck. It's hard to say. These are just different conversations, different sex things that your person may be saying. So we'll do 2 of those, and then we're going to do 2 of the positive sex affirmation cards. I feel like these are some sex affirmations that you need to kind of keep in your mind as you're going through your sex connections. So this person, the first thing they say is rub my butt. Rubbing your rub your person's butt. A butt massage is something they crave. So I feel like you actually already know this about this person. I kind of feel like it makes you giggle. I feel like this person is all about their own butt. Like they like to have it patted, and that's something that they really like. So that was the first message that they have. The second one, put on panties, pretty panties. Your person wants to see you wear panties. Yeah, even if you're a guy. So once again, I feel like it has to do with the butt. I feel like you kind of already know that about this person. So then one of the biggest things I see about this is playfulness. Like as I was pulling those, I like was kind of giggling. It kind of was funny. I could see this person like dancing. They were almost like twerking. And I feel like there's a lot of fun between the two of you. I feel like that's where this kind of energy came in for you, that feeling of being desired. And I feel like up until that point, up until this point when they were talking about something non-traditional, I feel like you and this person really communicate well and have a lot of fun. Like there's definitely this like energy of playfulness. Let's do one more. I want to see what kind of things come up. Let's do one more. Let's make plans, explore, make a list of places you want to fuck in. Well, and that's the thing. I don't feel like this person is a traditional person when it comes to their sexuality. I feel like they are really going to push the envelope. I feel like they do not like conventional things. And that's something that you're going to want to really work with them and yourself and be like, okay, what's comfortable? What am I open to? What was like an absolute no for me? I will not have sex in public because you can end up on the registered sex offenders list. So to me, that's a hard limit. So there's going to be some things that it is very desirable when people express what they need and what they want and what their boundaries are. So I feel like there needs to be a little more conversation. But this person does like to do things really like out there, outlandish. So then let's do the positive sex affirmation. There is no shame in my sexuality. That's the first one. And I feel like that is a big thing for a lot of people. It's very rare to come across people that have that like positive sex energy where they have zero shame, they are very open, everything's kosher, they're ready to go. And I feel that this is something that you need to remind yourself. And that might even be something that when this person came up with the non-traditional, you could have felt some of the shame that is coming up from past experiences, because there's like, oh, well, good boys and girls do this and, be a lady, or, well, you've got to be a gentleman. You know what I mean? Like there's all these rules and things that got put on people, and especially with their sexuality, that's something that a lot of people battle as they get older and start experiencing and exploring. And then the next one is, I'm beginning to see my sexual self more and more frequently. This could be, I feel like this person, when they like kind of have this non-traditional energy, I feel like that kind of scares you. It's like I don't feel that there was really a positive sexuality that was modeled for you or that was talked about with you. It almost has the energy of like, you had to like read encyclopedias and figure out sexuality like on your own, and you didn't have someone to like ask questions or, gather more information. So I feel that this connection with this person can be a huge learning experience for you. It could actually be very healing because there is no shame, and it is okay for you to open up and have that sexuality. So I'm going to do another positive sex affirmation to kind of give some more of that connection that you're needing. This one says, wow, this is a good one too. I'm free to stop any sexual activity I don't like. I feel that is huge for you, because I do feel that this is something that's kind of just stuck in your head, and you are totally free to stop the portions of what this person wants sexually that don't excite you, or they aren't something that you want. You have all the freedom to stop those sexual activities. And I feel that if you have an opportunity to communicate with this person, you may even find that portions of what they like are portions of what you like. You can find a way to connect, but you also can say straight up front, some of the sexual activities that you're talking about are not things that I want to do, but can we talk? There's so many sexual things you can do. Like this is like 50 some things that you can do sexually. So I'm just saying there's a lot more to the sexual connection than just that first conversation that you guys kind of had that really like made it so that you didn't want to have this sexual connection and that you're trying to move on. So communication, that's the biggest thing I feel for this connection. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.